Hi, this is Erin with Grow Your Health Gardening, and I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how to germinate spinach seed. It can be challenging for some folks, and understandably so, but we just want to give you some quick tips to help you have success. The biggest tip I would give you is spinach is a cold season crop. So if you want to start your seeds inside, and specifically in a refrigerator, you're going to find more success. As you can see, this isn't goat cheese. We actually have in here our spinach seed. It was started on November 11th, and today is November 22nd. It's been roughly 10 days, and what we're seeing here, I don't know if you can tell right now, but there's some germination, and what we have is just the root that has broken through the casing of the seed. And at this stage is when you want to transplant it into your rock wool, and that's where you'll get this, and it will continue to grow in your system. Again, this is for a hydroponic system. So what we did, as you can see, is we just moistened some paper towels with water, and they have begun to germinate, and we have several here that are ready to be put into rock wool. Now, to prepare our rock wool, what we want to do, just set this to the side for a moment. We've got some dry rock wool. I don't break my cubes apart. Some people do. I keep them as one unit at this stage, and then I break them apart when it's time to put into whatever system they're going into. But we've got some water here. I like to add an organic kind of nutrient to it. Make sure it's organic, nothing like Miracle Grow, which is man-made. This will just give it a little boost as it's growing, and then you let that soak for about 5 to 10 minutes. All those air pockets that the rock wool is so good about having will fill with water, and we can plant straight into that. Okay, so we're just going to fast forward and plant them into these holes. And I usually do 2 to 3. And what you're wanting to do is that root needs to be pointed down, and I like to just gently put it next to the wall of the cell of one rock wool cube. And as you drop some of these in, of course they're not going to be big enough yet to stick to the wall, and that's okay. Just try and get them so they're 2 to 3 each. And then I know some people don't always like using vermiculite, but I actually like using it in this case because it helps retain moisture and just allows those roots to have the ability to wick up any moisture that they need as they continue to grow. So I just put enough to kind of fill up. And vermiculite's great because it's light enough that the plant can just continue to push through like it would with soil. So that's literally all you do. And then you put this under a nice bright light so that when it starts getting the leaves, it'll break off that seed casing. And when you get the first leaf set that comes on, that will immediately have what it needs to do photosynthesis and continue production. So again, 2 to 3 per cell. And just be gentle. You don't want that root to break at all. And notice the size of the root isn't really, I mean, that to me is getting a little bit long. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a little on the long side, but it will still transfer in just nice. And I just put that kind of to the side. And even if it, flips over or whatever, it's okay. The the plants are amazing. They're able to right themselves up. So again, we just stick it in there and then add some water to the top to give it moisture. And then the last thing, of course, is our label. So I use a Sharpie fine point, and this is the style of label I like. I'll do an example here. I put the name and the variety of the spinach and then the day it was started and when I should anticipate harvest. And I have this example here so you can see how big it is. When it gets its second leaf set, that's when I can put it into the hydroponic aeroponic system. I specifically grow this in my tower garden. And if you want more information about that, you can go to erinCastillo.towergarden.com for more information, and I'll leave it in the notes below as well. So anyway, that's all you do. Just keep it under bright lights. Keep the top moist. You don't want to let it sit in water, but just every day kind of check it and make sure it's moist to the touch, and soon you'll have spinach growing in no time.